this real life. Howdy, partners! Welcome to the Haunted Chronicles, episode 134. Tonight's subject is about singers, bands, and songs that are believed to be possibly cursed. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Turtle Wax, the legendary product that's known for its super hard shell protection and shine that lasts up to 12 months and will give your car maximum shine, available in liquid and paste. That's Turtle Wax. I am MrHaunted, joined by Jennifer Jigglypuff Runyon. The baby-faced assassin Brock Burrows is on assignment in the Serengeti, searching for the elusive, abominable Mutata monster. So, we'll look forward to hearing about those adventures. Hey, Jen, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, honey. How you doing?
It's funny you ask, because I'm happier than a Siamese Triscuit monkey sitting on a doodly egg pie with raspberry tartlets all the ding-dong day, like Ralph Sick and Macchio or something.
Triscuit, eh? A Triscuit.
Yeah, it's a Siamese Triscuit monkey.
Yeah, just like me.
Google that. It'll be the first time in history.
Yeah, let's Google it now, man.
Did you have any adventures this week? Or?
Oh, you know what I did last night? Okay, I am running on like no sleep. I went up to LA yesterday to watch a friend of mine. Some of you, maybe our listeners may know him. He's a comedian by the name of Joe DeRosa, and he's hilarious. You know Joe DeRosa? He's hilarious. You do.
I do.
Well, oh, you do? Okay, good. He's so funny, and he filmed his Comedy Central special last night. So I drove up and went and saw that, but I drank a Monster on the way, and I was up till 4 a.m. It was I don't think I can have those, but I have to have them early, really early. So, but that was my excitement, for the week. I mean, other than just, enjoying like the cooler weather heading this way, and, debating whether to put up my Halloween stuff because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Maine.
That's right.
Sad. I know.
And I put, we started putting out the Halloween decorations, like just the ones that need batteries that move and stuff.
Yeah.
And an added bonus treat, I'm going to be, participating in the pumpkin parade tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Any of you local people, go to Prospect, Connecticut. They're having a pumpkin parade, and I'll be throwing candy to the onlookers.
This is great. Now I want Heidi or Valerie to film this. We need some footage.
I want to go live.
Yeah. You got to.
But you're right. I shouldn't do it because if I'm driving, throwing candy, and going live, it's a risk of injury to the children in my way.
It could be bad. That could be bad. Yeah, that could be unfortunate. So have Heidi or Val or Holly do it. Just and we get some good coverage of you.
It's a very small town, so that it's like probably
don't blink.
Long.
Yeah, don't blink.
Yeah. Yes, it's a very short parade.
Yeah.
And let's see.
That's
I saw no clowns this week. I saw no clowns at night near white vans or anything. That's good news.
Okay. Now I haven't seen. Okay, I haven't seen one report of a clown this week. Have you? Because I haven't seen anything.
Not as much as previous.
As the week before. Yeah. It was pretty clown quiet this week.
Yeah, it was clown quiet. Clownquiet.com. Is that available?
Now it is. That's us.
I posted your tortellini, I think. Your wonton.
Did you? I made the one. Oh, yeah, that was the other exciting thing I did. See, look at that's beautiful. I'm looking at it right now, Jimmy. Yeah, I made homemade wontons and wonton soup. It was kind of, nice little adventure for me on a cool, crisp day here in Southern California.
Cool, crisp day.
It was. Now it's 90 again, so, yeah.
Oh, I have an admission. Or a confession.
Oh, yes.
I do nothing on the computer. Everything's by hand on paper.
Yes.
And I totally skipped July 7th on my schedule list. So I did all my celebrity birthdays last week for this week. And that's why I said next week we're having Scott Marcus on, but it's next week. So I missed a whole week. So
that's right. Oh my God, I agreed with you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so oh, we're a pair. We're just a pair. Wow.
I'm an apple. That wasn't even funny. Okay. So I had to go through the first crop, and now I had to get a second crop for this week. So these are legitimate birthdays for this week.
Okay, now we're going to have the pleasure of Dr.
Dave to join us for celebrity birthdays. Because Brock.
Yeah. Dave.
Happy birthday, dear friend. We sing to you.
We had to do this.
Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. We thought we'd try to tell you how we...
Welcome, Dr. David.
Hello. This is exciting.
Very exciting.
I get to.
I
guess I get to get excited because I get to pick the wrong year because I'm not Brock. I don't have the luck that Brock does, but we'll see. I'll try. I will try hard.
And Dave, I've never seen him walk out of the production booth. He's actually walked out of the booth into the green room and into our studio.
He had to make the entrance out of the green room. Absolutely.
Well, I had to do it to the Mr. Rogers song. That's like the people wrestling song. You have the theme song they have when they come onto the out onto the stage.
That's right.
Yeah, we needed that punch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be nervous, Dave. This is just just birthdays. You're gonna guess the age that they're gonna be this upcoming week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have Carrie Fisher. Who was in Drop Dead Fred, Scream 3, Appointment with Death, and was Princess Leia in the Star Wars movies. Carrie Fisher.
Did you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Go for it.
Carrie is not going to like me. I'm going to say 63.
Okay, I'm going to say 64. I was going to say 63, so I'll say 64. There we go.
Poor Carrie Fisher. She'll only be 60 years old.
I got to buzz myself.
You had that. You had that ready to go.
You're good. Very good.
Next one. This guy deserves a definite shout out. Chuck Berry, singer, songwriter, guitarist, who was one of the first artists inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His hits include Maybelline, Rock and Roll Music, and Johnny B. Good, one of my favorites. Chuck Berry.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, yeah. He's been around for a long while. I want to say 82.
Ooh, I'm just going to say it out loud because I did not know he was still alive. So, bless you, Chuck Berry, you are. I'm going to say 87.
Chuck will be 90. Bless his heart.
Bless his little berry heart.
And we got one more. I think it's a friend of yours. Dawn Wells.
Oh, no. She's not a...
I thought she was at the convention thing.
She was, but I never saw her.
Okay, we won't say that.
I never said hello to her. I feel bad.
Dawn Wells was in Return to Boggy Creek, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, and, of course, was Marianne Summers, the poor castaway on the TV series Gilligan's Island.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn Wells.
Wow. Well, since I know that she's not your friend, 95. I have no clue.
No, and you know what? It wasn't Dawn Wells. It was Kathy Garver. It was the my Family Affair, Sissy.
Oh,
remember? It wasn't Dawn. She wasn't there. Yeah, Dawn Wells. Oh God, we love Marianne. 73.
Dave, you went, right? You had 95.
95.
78 years old.
Oh my God, she looks amazing.
Nope, that's wrong.
Congratulations, that's correct.
Got excited with the wrong button.
Good guesses, fellas. And a special happy birthday goes to our friend Axel that's listening. This is his big gift, he said. This is all he's looking forward to.
Oh, happy birthday, Axel. That's awesome.
And we actually have a bunch of curses. We did a show like this, one of the first shows ever on the Haunted Chronicles, and you and Brock weren't even a twinkle in my eye back then, and I can't even find it. I didn't think I saved it or anything. So some of the listeners from a long time ago might remember some of it, but it's all freshened up and new for you.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start with one very depressing?
Yeah. Okay.
This is called Gloomy Sunday, also known as the Hungarian Suicide Song.
Oh.
Can a song be so sad and depressing that it encourages people to take their own lives? This is the theory between the Gloomy Sunday curse. The song was written by a Hungarian duo, of course, names I can't pronounce, but one was named Rez Serez, and it was so controversial in Hungary as soon as it was released, and as soon as it was released in 1933, it already caused a ruckus. And authorities noticed an increase in the number of suicides and banned it from being played nationwide. It was also recorded by Paul Robeson, and most famously, Billie Holiday recorded it in 1941. Each time, it was held responsible for a wave of suicides.
What's the song?
Oh,
Okay. Keep going.
Everybody
Sorry.
stay away from your windows stuff, please. The BBC banned Holiday's version and only lifted the ban in 2002.
Oh.
Buckle my shoe. And Serez himself committed suicide in Budapest in January of 1968. And he survived a jump out of a window. And later, he made it to the hospital, but later choked himself to death with a wire.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh.
There's more. An example, in Vienna, where they make the sausages, a teenage girl drowned herself clutching a piece of this sheet music. In Budapest, a man killed himself and left a note with the lyrics from the song. In London, a woman overdosed while listening to the record over and over and over again, and it's been linked to hundreds of suicides, so the story goes. And we're going to hear, maybe Dave, just like a minute or so of it. I don't know if we can handle much more.
We might, I'm scared.
Okay, I have to put a disclaimer out. We ask that people please do not commit suicide while listening to this show on Paramania, or at least don't tell people you were listening to Paramania on your suicide note. Thank you.
For our owners and sponsors.
Yep. Yeah. Here we go.
Vasárnap 100 fehér virággal vártalak kedvesen templomi imával. Álmokat kergető vasárnap délelőtt, bánatom hintaja nélküle azóta szomorú mindig a vasárnap.
Well, we're back after that. I hope we didn't lose any listeners. the lyrics to that are I think, basically what made people really depressed. If you want to look those up, the different versions in different languages, they changed the lyrics. So it's it's supposedly about his girlfriend that committed suicide, and it's about coffins, and it's really creepy.
Oof.
All the versions are creepy.
Yeah.
Is everybody back? Give us a little thumbs up there in the chat, anyway.
Well, I would love to know what the lyrics are in English. Because I think if we heard the Billie Holiday version, maybe we would go, oh, because you remember that song "At 17" with Janice Ian?
Yeah.
Oh, that song every time that song would come on, I'd turn it off now if it comes on. Not that it's not a beautiful song. It's just so freaking depressing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear some songs, and if you don't listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh, that's a nice song. And then you find out the lyrics, like, nah, that's not so nice.
Yeah. Oh, here's the lyrics. Sunday is gloomy, my hours are slumberless. Dearest, the shadows I live with are numberless. Little white flowers will never awaken you, not where the black coach or the sorrow has taken you. Oh, that's pretty depressing. Angels have no thought of ever returning you. Would they be angry if I thought of joining you? Gloomy Sunday. Ooh, okay, that's
Very scary.
Yeah, that's a little spooky. Wow.
All right, they're all coming back now, I think.
Okay, so everybody there? Okay.
We're good. I forgot about the delay, and I got nervous.
Huh.
Do you have any stories you want to share?
I do. I have one.
Okay.
I have one. Let me share one. I have all of these down here, so hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, here's one. Okay, this is the story of Jelly Roll Morton. This is the curse of him. Jelly Roll Morton, Ferdinand Joseph Lamoth, who was professionally known as Jelly Roll Morton, had a curse placed on him by his grandmother, who was also his godmother. Legend has it the woman sold Lamoth's soul to the devil. In the 1920s, Morton blended the popular music styles of ragtime, minstrelsy, and the blues, and flavored the mixture with Caribbean dance rhythms, and the result was a hybrid that resembled a then emerging style later known as jazz. Jelly Roll Morton experienced significant success. His career was thriving. Morton's career began to decline in the early 1930s, shortly after he found some voodoo powder sprinkled around his office. Wow, that's crazy. After that point, his music career started to plummet. Jelly Roll was convinced that the demise of his career was largely due to the curse, so he went to a voodoo woman who told him to burn all of his clothing. When he followed her directions, it appeared that the curse was lifted, and his career began to improve until his death at the age of 50 of congenital heart failure, which he blamed on the curse.
Holy mackerels.
That story I have heard of Jelly Roll. That's crazy.
I don't want any kind of voodoo powder on my desk ever.
No. If I had voodoo powder, that'd be really bad. That's not a good thing. Not a good thing.
I don't have any song by Jelly Roll queued up, but we have some other music to go to.
Oh, good. Good.
I have one that's the Buddy Holly story is a long one, so I think we're gonna do that one after break.
Okay.
But this one here is about Robert Johnson.
Yes.
Now, Jennifer, we're going to hear about this later because Robert Johnson died at 27 years old.
Ah, yes.
And
yes.
And Dr. Dave will play the Buddy Holly song for break. So we're going to get into that after break. Okay. Robert Johnson's early music career wasn't very successful. The story goes, Robert was told if he went to a certain location at a certain time at midnight at these certain crossroads, he would meet the devil. In exchange for his soul, he would possess extraordinary talent. So he met the devil in the woods over there, who tuned his guitar, played him some songs, and returned it to Johnson. And immediately Johnson was given a mastery of the instrument and a whole new style. He became a legend, but died of what is believed to be a poisoning. And yes, he was at 27 years old. His famous song Crossroads was covered by a lot of different artists. The Allman Brothers and Duane Allman, guitarist and leader of the band, lost control of his motorcycle and drove into the side of a flatbed truck, Oh my God, coincidentally,
That's too big of a
Is that
word
right?
now. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
only a couple blocks away, the bass player for the Allman Brothers died in an accident shortly after, 2 blocks away from where Dwayne died.
Oh,
Leonard Skinner also covered the song, and it became they put it into their lineup of songs every concert. And 3 members of the band, including the lead singer Ronnie Van Zant, died in a plane crash in 1977, shortly after putting that song in there. And there's some other connections with that, but that's the basic story about Robert Johnson. There's more to it. If you want to research that, that's really there's so much information on that.
wow.
And I think I have just 1 minute, Dave, of a Robert Johnson song. I think I sent it. It's called "Me and the Devil Blues," and he wrote a lot of songs about his incident.
Early this morning, when you knocked upon my door, early this morning, when you knocked upon my door, and I said, hello, Satan, I believe it's time to go. Me and the devil was walking side by side. Me and the devil was walking side by side.
And we're back, and that was called "Me and the Devil Blues." And we have a couple minutes before break. Jennifer, I'm going to start the Buddy Holly story because it's a long one.
Okay, let's start it. I
little,
love this. Yeah.
I try to put it in a nice order so it's smooth, but it's a little confusing. Anyway, we'll start it.
Okay.
Buddy Holly. Okay. In 1959, 4 acts, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, the Big Bopper, and Dion and the Belmonts were on a tour together called the Winter Dance Party. And they were to play 24 Midwestern cities in 24 days. And their bus's heating system broke down a few days into the tour, causing many of the musicians to catch the flu. The drummer of Buddy Holly's band was to be hospitalized with frostbite just from driving on the bus. On February 2nd, Buddy Holly decided to charter a plane to get to their next stop. The plane only had room for 3 passengers, which was supposed to be for Buddy Holly and his band. Waylon Jennings, who was Holly's bass player at the time, gave up his seat for J.P. Richardson, also known as the Big Bopper. There's another story that they flipped a coin for it, but this seems to be what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
In Waylon Jennings' autobiography, he said, Buddy Holly told him, "I hope your old bus freezes up." And Jennings responded, "Well, I hope your plane crashes." At about 1 a.m. on February 3rd, the plane carrying Holly, Richardson, and Valens took off into a snowstorm with high winds, and they only traveled a few miles before crashing, killing all 4 men, the pilot, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. And I think that brings us right about to break, and we're going to hear a song by Buddy Holly, my favorite song by Buddy Holly. And here it goes.
All of my love, all of my kissing, you don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the whole world can see that you were meant for me. All of my life I've been waiting, tonight there'll be no hesitating, oh boy.
Well, welcome back to the Haunted Chronicles. We're talking about music curses, and I'll give shout outs to people in the chat room. Thanks for coming, Debbie D, Dr. Dave, Heavy Metal Psychic Melissa, Indy Dwayne, Paul, our moderator and research assistant, Tiffany, Mama D, Lisa M, Nicholas, Desi, Doug, assorted guests, Max, Tony, and we got some people listening on TuneIn, Dead Dude Chad, Junebug, Rick from Electric City Paranormal, Kelly Ray, Corey, and I probably missed a couple. But anyways, I'm not feeling so good.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going down?
I don't feel...
Why? What? Guess what? I don't feel good either.
No?
I don't feel very... This didn't work out very well.
Stop whining.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. Well,
All right.
That's
So
okay. We'll get that down. It's all
I didn't
good,
have the
man.
right button push, guys. That's why
That's
it was
all
my
good.
fault, not theirs.
Yeah.
All right, we were whining.
Yeah, we decided to whine.
Stop whining.
All right, we're done whining. All right.
We were in the middle of the Buddy Holly story.
Yeah.
Okay, so Waylon Jennings. All right, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
It gets worse.
The plane crashed. The
Plane crashed, and it gets worse.
Oh,
Buddy Holly's wife was pregnant, and the day after the crash, she suffered a miscarriage from the emotional distress.
Yeah.
And this was just the start of the Buddy Holly curse, as many people associated with Holly and his music met untimely deaths. Ronnie Smith, the vocalist hired to replace Holly on the tour, committed himself to a mental hospital right after the last performance and hung himself a few years later.
Oh.
David Box, a member of Buddy's band The Crickets, was killed in a plane crash at the age of 22. Singer Eddie Cochran was called the James Dean with a guitar. He was supposed to be on the tour with these guys, and so he recorded a song called 3 Stars in honor of the 3 performers that were killed in the plane crash. In 1960, Cochran was in a taxi, and the driver spun out of control, hitting a concrete lamppost.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie was ejected from the vehicle, and he was only 21 years old. In 1977, the Buddy Holly story of Buddy's life and career was released. The screenplay was written by Robert Gritter. He was Robert, okay?
Robert.
And after completing the film, Gary Busey, who portrayed Buddy Holly, was involved in a nearly fatal accident. Gittler committed suicide even before the movie was released.
Oh, my heavens.
And in the same year, September 16th, T-Rex founder and singer Mark Bolan was killed in a car crash. Among the debris from the wreckage was found a pin that said, "Every day is a holiday," a pin that people were wearing after the film came out. And Bolan was only 29. On September 6th, 1978, Keith Moon, the drummer of The Who, along with his girlfriend and Paul and Linda McCartney, after previewing the Buddy Holly story, they were returning to the same flat owned by Harry Nilsson, he's going to come into significance later. Coincidentally, the same flat where Mama Cass Elliot died 4 years earlier. What we're following is kind of confusing. The next day, Keith Moon was found dead of an overdose the day after he saw the film. Now it's going to continue with this Harry Nilsson guy. Along with Nilsson's girlfriend, Keith Moon, a lot of these people met with tragic deaths. Harry Nilsson's big hit, Without You, was written and first recorded by Badfinger, and it didn't get much attention when it was first recorded. And 1 year later, Nilsson recorded it, and it hit number 1 for 4 straight weeks. 2 members of the Badfinger band would be dead. Pete Ham hanged himself in his studio. Tom Evans, after an argument about the royalties from that song, hung himself in his garden. And he was another one that was 27 years old, Pete Ham. We're going to hear more about that later. Dave, could you play another? Well, actually, I got one more little paragraph here. Harry Nielsen, he lasted longer than the others, but could not escape the bad luck. He died of a massive heart attack in 1994. He was only 52 years old. And we'll play like a minute or so of the Harry Nielsen song. I think it's Without You.
I love that song.
No, I can't forget this evening. Your face as you were leaving, but I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows. I can't forget tomorrow when I think of all my sorrow. Well, I had you there, but then I let you go. And now it's only fair that I should let you know what you should know.
Back.
Aww.
Stop whining.
Wow.
Buddy Holly. Jen, do you have any?
Yeah. Well, listen, I have a little fun. Okay, so I have a little. Well, it's not a fun fact. I have a little couple of haunting little stories that go with a couple of the artists that you just talked about. One is Buddy Holly, and also it's a little fun little feature about this haunting. They also give you suggestions on Halloween wear to be these different celebrities. So Buddy Holly, yeah, it's very, 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 very informative little website here. So Buddy Holly, they're telling us that in the Clear Lake, Iowa field, where Holly's plane went down, has become a mecca for Hollyites, and it's the source of some terrifying tales. Clear Lake residents report seeing a phantom plane in the area, and ghostly lights are often seen in the field. Now, the supplies that are required for this costume would be thick glasses, a slick suit, and just head on over to the hipster stores and stock up, I tell you. So there you go. Now Mama Cass was also in that last story, kind of connected to this, little thread. And this is a little fun, sad fact about Mama Cass. This one comes from an unusual source, namely actor Dan Aykroyd, who owned Cass's former Los Angeles home and then sold it in 2007. Although Cass didn't die in the house, Aykroyd remains convinced that the spirit that spooks the place is her. Apparently, Cass moves jewelry around the house, turns the Stairmaster on and off, and even climbed into bed one night with Aykroyd. There you go. And then it says to insert an obligatory Ghostbusters joke. Now, the supplies for her costume that are required is a flowing hippie dress, centered parted wig. Oh, this is terrible. An optional ham sandwich, which, by the way, Cass actually died of heart failure, not from choking on the, so-called sandwich. And it was joked about. Yeah.
Who are these terrible people that make up ham sandwich stories?
I know, because everybody likes to be mean. We're not mean.
No,
we're not mean. Yeah.
And I noticed a lot of these people that I mentioned, a couple, Robert Johnson, Pete Ham, were 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a coincidence?
It's so weird. It's so weird.
How weird is it?
It's so weird, Jimmy, that my toes are curling. It's so weird.
Mm. Oh,
It's
so
very weird.
the 27 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm looking too. I've got it right here. You're not like we got it. We got it.
I can't see so good.
Yeah, I got it right here. So there's a list of people who are members of the Forever 27 Club, which this is so creepy. This is so creepy.
What is the Forever 27 Club?
Okay, so the history of the Forever 27 Club. The number 27 may just be the most infamous number in the history of rock music. This number has taken on mythical proportions due to the prevalence of musicians who died at the age of 27. The 27 death phenomenon started to become prevalent during the years 1969 through 71. During that period, the rock and roll world lost the following musicians due to death: Dickie Pride, Brian Jones, Alan Blind Owl Wilson, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Alistair Dyke Christian. The term Forever 21 Club was not coined to refer to the list of musicians who died at the age of 27 until after Kurt Cobain, his death on April 15th, 1994. Since the death of Cobain, there has been so much focus in the media surrounding the 27 death phenomenon. Amy Winehouse also died at 27, being a new member of the 27 Club. So also the death of the actor Anton Yelchin on July 19th, 2016. He played Pavel Chekhov in the reboot of Star Trek. You guys don't remember that. This is a horrible thing. You guys heard about this?
No.
Where this young actor, and he's a musician also.
Oh, this is a recent one, right?
Yeah,
pretty
that's
recent.
where he got out of his car. Like he put his car obviously in park, got out to get something, and the car ended up pinning him, rolling back down the driveway. He went to get his mail or something, and the car rolled back and crushed him to death. 27 years old. Just horrible. Brian Jones, 27 years old. And Robert Johnson, who you talked about earlier.
Wow. And the list keeps growing.
Yes. Yes. I don't think you want to be a member of this club for sure.
I made it past.
Yeah.
I did.
Yes. Knock on wood. We're all good.
That reminds me of we just knocked on wood. We did a show on superstitions. And the history on superstitions. That was a fun one. And
that's a good one.
After I had the idea for the haunted, the curse of the songs, we also did a cursed movies and TV shows. Maybe we'll get to that in the future too. That was there was a lot of movies that had tragedy follow there.
Oh.
Yeah. And I have another little tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever hear of the My Way curse?
No.
Well, it seems like a perfectly peaceful pastime. Karaoke-related deaths are often reported in the Philippines. In fact, one song in particular, Frank Sinatra's My Way, has led to so many murders that it's often banned from karaoke bars.
What?
The authorities do not know exactly. This is according to the New York Times.
Okay.
They don't know exactly how many people have been killed singing My Way in karaoke bars over the years in the Philippines, or how many fatal fights it has fueled. But the news media has recorded at least half a dozen victims in the past decade, and includes them in a subcategory of crime dubbed the My Way killings. My Way, for some reason, it was a good song, but it's one of the most popular songs in Asia. However, the song seems to bring about violence from audience members when the singer is out of tune.
Oh.
And this is crazy. In one fatal case, Romy Beligula, 29, was shot dead in the city of something in 2007. He was halfway through My Way when a security guard shouted that he was out of tune. He carried on regardless, and the guard shot him in the chest with a revolver.
Oh.
He must have been having a bad day. Stop whining! Though the exact reason why My Way sparks so much aggression remains a mystery, there are some possible theories that attempt to explain the phenomenon. They think that the song's lyrics are arrogant in nature and may cause audience members to feel offended. Other claims that because it's so popular, everyone has an opinion on how it should be sung and how it should sound.
Oh my
And
goodness.
and then there's some believe that they can't figure out any why this happens. And let's hear a couple minutes of My Way. And be careful, people. Be careful out there.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it here, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did.
All right, now this explains why people are murdered. I quickly tried to find the link for Frank Sinatra's My Way and sent the first one I found to Dave, our producer, and it's the wrong version. It's not Frank Sinatra. So it's not the way it's supposed to sound. And it made me
I'm a little
upset.
offended. I'm a little offended.
Luckily, there's no one around. And whatever the reason, My Way has been banned from many karaoke bars in the Philippines as a precaution, and many singers simply sing other songs to avoid confrontation altogether. So it's caused a big ruckus in the Philippines.
Boy, they're touchy there. Dear.
Wow.
Chill pill, babies. Chill pill. Hey, have you guys heard this Graham Parsons story?
No?
Okay. I'm going to read this one really quick. Unless you have one you want to
No.
go. Okay.
Take 8 minutes.
Listen to Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so Graham Parsons. The dramatic story of Parsons' death is the stuff of legend, to the point that it was once made into a movie, although the movie, a regrettable Johnny Knoxville vehicle, is pretty awful. Parsons, formerly of the Flying Burrito Brothers and a frequent Emmylou Harris collaborator and Paramore, was a staple in the 70s, doing California country rock music. He lived a wild, fast life, often accompanied in his exploits by his manager and best friend Phil Kaufman. The duo would often spend days in the California desert around the Joshua Tree National Park, taking hallucinogens and watching for UFOs. That's kind of fun. During one of these trips, Parsons told Kaufman that when he died, he wanted his friends to take his body out to the Joshua Tree and burn him on a pyre. What is a pyre? What's a pyre? Is that a stake?
I think it's a bonfire type.
A bonfire? A
flame
big bonfire?
thing.
Okay. Parsons died in 1973 at age 26. He just missed it by a year, the 27 Club, in the Joshua Tree Inn, overdosing on morphine and alcohol during one of his desert excursions. Although Parsons' family requested that his body be shipped back to Louisiana, Kaufman, heeding Parsons' early request, this is crazy, stole the body from LAX. Stole it from LAX, the airport, drove it out to the desert, and burned it. The folks at the Joshua Tree Inn claim to have seen apparitions of Parsons still haunting room number 8, where he passed. Tourists can rent the room for the night if they want a chance of seeing Parsons' ghost. The copy of the Joshua Tree Inn's reservations is pretty charming in that regard. Room number 8 is haunted. Bring your guitar and write songs. Wow.
Holy mackerels.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if we have that available. Oh, we'll hear 1 minute of a Graham Parsons song and imagine him haunting your house while listening to this little ditty.
Yeah.
In South Carolina, there are many tall pines. I remember the oak tree that we used to climb. But now when I'm lonesome, I always pretend that I'm getting the feel.
Not exactly a toe tapper, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Well, we only have a couple minutes left. Next week, Jen, we're going to have your friend on.
Oh, Scott Marcus.
Scott
Awesome.
Marcus, filmmaker, paranormal investigator, author, I believe.
Yeah. Great guy. Yeah.
And I also have some more information.
Yes.
A pyre, also
Yes.
known as a funeral pyre, is a structure usually made of wood for burning a body as part of a funeral rite or execution. As a form of cremation, a body is placed upon or under the pyre, which is then set on fire.
Right.
And then I'm tired. And anything else that rhymes with fire.
With fire.
Stop whining!
Stop whining.
So,
But you know what I want to find out? I'm going to look this week. I'm going to find out what happened to Phil Kaufman, because you've got to get in a lot of trouble for burning a body. I can't imagine he got away with that.
yeah,
I'm
stealing
gonna
bodies
do
from airports.
Yeah. That's a little questionable. I'm gonna do some investigating on that and see what happened to him, because that's kind of creepy.
Oh man, we're out of time.
I know.
We'll save some stories for next week. I keep writing little notes down. I'm going to get to them, and I don't get to them. But thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Dr. Dave. Thank you, all listeners, for coming to
Yes.
Music Curses.
Yes.
See you next
Thank you, Jimmy. Bye.
Good night.